I made a game where a doctor counts down from 10 and you have to face 10 fears before he hits 0. This is how it went. Okay, so the GMTK Game Jam, biggest game making competition of the year. What's the theme? Countdown. As soon as I got this information as the jam was starting, I came up with these initial ideas according to my notes. 3D world is ending game where you have X amount of seconds before the world ends and you need to do specific things to save it. Vampires underground game because, you know, count can mean vampire like Count Dracula and down is like underground.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Play director game where the play is starting in 30 seconds and you need to put all the props, actors, etc. correctly into place so the play goes the proper way. Bomb defusal game, vampire falling game like a Minecraft dropper but 2D and it's a vampire falling dodging stuff. Now that I think about it, an even better idea would be a vampire doctor game where the count is down for the count and you have to do surgery on him. Fuck, dude, I wish I thought of that earlier.
So the GMTK Game Jam started about 2 hours ago, and I've finally come up with an idea that I will explain to you right now.
Anyways, the game I decided to make was a 2D pixel art game where a researcher at the start estimates that humanity has 5 years until AI takes over the world and wipes out humans. There would be 5 levels, one for each year, where the AI tech and robots present get progressively more advanced / apparent. I thought making a game about current events and speculating about our near future would be pretty neat, so I decided to go for it and got right to work on some of the first art.
So I'm scratching that idea. I was like animating in Sprite for a little bit, and it was just pissing me off. So
since I was getting rid of that idea, I decided to take a look at my document where I keep all of my game ideas ever to see if I can make any of the short ones fit the theme. And lo and behold, I found one I thought could work. The Face Your Fears simulation. The Face Your Fears simulation idea was basically this. You are put into a simulation and have to conquer 10 fears that progressively get more difficult. At first, I brushed over this idea because how the fuck does that correlate with the theme Countdown? But then I started to think about it a little more. This specific game was always supposed to be narrative focused with some disconnect between the doctor that was putting you under / into the simulation and what was actually going on in the simulation. What if when the doctor's putting you into the simulation, they say, okay, I'm going to count down from 10 and by the time I reach 0, you will be cured of all your fears. But because time works differently inside the Face Your Fears simulation, or the FYFS for short, the simulation can torment you and scare you for however long or much it sees fit. This can lead to tension where the player heeds each number the real world doctor utters, getting them closer and closer to finishing the FYFS. Which, yeah, meant I was accidentally making a horror game. 10 fears, a voice counting down, and no idea how long you've actually got. A little bit of a stretch, but you know, I liked it and I had a vision for it, so I was going to go for it, and go for it I did. In the first day, I planned out what I wanted each level to be in terms of what fear it was about and how that corresponded to gameplay. I decided for the gameplay some levels the player would be observing and others would be somewhat interactive. With each level briefly planned, I dove into Unity to begin work on setting up the foundation for this peculiar game.
What's up? So it is almost midnight on the first day, and I have been, pretty locked in. I've gotten the first 3 levels kind of started, but I'm getting in a groove, so I feel like tomorrow's going to be a lot better. Anyway, stay tuned.
Now, this was going to be a 3D game, and considering it is a game jam, meaning time is of the essence, and I currently suck at 3D modeling, what better thing to do than Google every single 3D asset I need and find free ones. Speaking of first, the first scene I made was the intro scene where you met with the doctor, who instructed you how this would work, and then you met with the FYFS as well, before diving into facing your first fear, heights.
So here's like a snippet of the first level. It's not done yet, obviously, but you spawn on the building and you have to walk across this bridge, and the wind tries to blow you off, and then birds try to blow you off, And if you fall over, it just like restarts, yeah.
On day 1, I also basically finished the second level, public speaking, and the third, snakes. My goal for the second day was just to get an idea for each unfinished level much more ironed out. Start on the unfinished level, start voice recording and writing narration for each level.
Day 2 going good. What's it called? I'm basically done with the snake level. I'm going to start on the spider level soon. The claustrophobia level's good. The public speaking one is good, so it's coming together.
Today was day 3, and while it was technically the second to last day of the game jam, it was my last day because I was leaving for the beach with my family bright and early at 5 a.m. the following morning. So I couldn't count on working on Saturday. You could say that time was counting down.
Oh, brother!
That meant I had to do everything that was still undone. I started by tackling the scenes I had been putting off, the fear of spider level and fear of dark level. Both seemed intimidating to make, but after dipping my toes in the water, I realized I was meandering around for no reason and finished them in no time. You know what else can be done in no time? Hitting that subscribe button. With time a ticking, I finished up the story, recorded the rest of the dialogue, made the last handful of scenes that wrapped up the story, playtested a little, polished a little, added some free music tracks and sound effects around to give the game a little kick, and it was more or less done.
What up? So it's currently 8:41 p.m. and I basically just finished the game.
Yeah, I built the game twice because of some bugs. Each time took 45 minutes, probably because I imported huge asset packs just to get one asset, but oh well, you live and learn. If you want to play the Face Your Fears simulation, the game that will probably win the 2026 GMTK Game Jam, it is currently up on itch.io. Making this game was a blast, but now it's back to working on my large-scale project, Back on Your Feet. Back on Your Feet, or BOYF for short, is nothing like the FYFS. It is a 2D narrative-driven boxing action-adventure game with live, fast-paced combat and tons of decisions for the player to make. The demo for BOYF is also live on my itch page. It can also be wishlisted on Steam. Both are linked in the description. Anyways, good luck to everyone else participating in the 2026 GMTK Game Jam. You are going to need it. And thanks so much for watching.